Sophie. For today's video, I'm doing something that's been long awaited. I'm going to be doing a Q&A that focuses on relationships and boys in particular. I will try to make this video as inclusive as I possibly can. I think I just asked for advice like on boys because I happen to be a cisgendered straight gal. I do know that I have LGBTQ+ followers. I will try to be as inclusive as I possibly can. I feel like the questions are actually pretty inclusive, but I will try to keep that in mind. Yeah, I asked you to ask me these questions a minute ago. I asked a while ago. Hopefully my hair is not too, crazy or whatever. Like, shrinkage is a bitch, but it's fine. We're just gonna answer some questions about boys and relationships and whatnot. So without further ado, let's begin. Literally the first question, a question we'd all answered: why are all boys dumb? No, but really, how to get out of an unhealthy relationship. When you have feelings for someone, or you're in love with someone, or etc., you can be very blind to the things that are going wrong in a relationship. Other people might be able to see it, but you, the one that has feelings for another person, can't, and that is very understandable. Trust me, I get it. And then sometimes it gets to a point where okay, this is not okay, this is maybe one-sided, this is toxic, this is not benefiting me in any way. But if you have feelings for someone, it's hard to leave. It's very, very hard to leave. I find that literally recognizing your self-worth helps so much. And I don't just mean standing in the mirror and being like, I'm worth more than this. I mean, you can do that, but when I say recognizing it, I literally mean recognize it. It's just taking that final stance to where it's I know that this is not helping me whatsoever. It is not helping me. It's actually making me feel worse. So I need to skirt. And it's just self-will, self-control, self-worth. Because there have been times where it's someone, the last person that I had feelings for, I would want to not text him, I would want to not hang out with him, I would want to not talk to him, but it's I still did it. And I knew I'd be like, Sophie, bitch, don't, why are you doing this? And once I got to a point where I was this is not helping me whatsoever, it's not helping me at all, it's not helping my mental state, just cut it off. You just honestly just have to cut it off. How do you deal with being best friends with a guy that you're in love with? And I even put under that, I said, boy, that's the tea. That's really, that's the hot piping tea. This has only happened to me once, from sophomore to junior year of high school. I was friends with a boy who I caught feelings for quick, very quick. I'm not gonna get too in detail of my personal experience. I mean, if you want me to make a video where it's not Q&A and I just talk about my personal advice, I would love to do that, but I'm gonna try to focus on your question. But basically what I ended up doing, I feel it would help if you brought it up, especially you use the word in love, that's serious. And that's what I had to do. I had to bring it up because it will get to a point where if he doesn't catch on or it's never brought up, he technically has no type of romantic commitment to you because you guys aren't together. And after a while, from experience, that does start to mess with your mental. That does really start to mess with you, because there is a difference between seeing somebody as a boyfriend and seeing somebody as a friend. It's just a fact. And I would use that as an excuse all the time. I'd be like, no, it's fine that I keep talking to him, he's my friend, but it's no, he's not. And if you're saying that he's your best friend, if he's your best friend, don't get me wrong, it's still gonna be scary talking to him. You're still gonna be nervous, you're still going to have butterflies, and that's normal. But on his part, if he's truly your best friend, he should understand that you want to have this conversation. So it could end up going two ways. It could end up going, he does like you too, and you're lit, that's great. Or he does not, or he could pull an I like you but that's for another story. Let me stop with this tea. When I tell you, you will feel so much better if you bring it up. I personally would do it in person. If you're gonna bring it up, don't do it over text. If you want to do it over the phone, at least call them or FaceTime them. Do not do it over text, because when you have conversations like this over text, one, you can't see their facial expressions. Two, they have all the time in the world to come up with an answer. You don't know what they're saying. You don't know what they're thinking. You don't know if they're screenshotting, sending it to their friends saying, what should I say? You should do it in person or on the phone, and that way the conversation is as genuine as possible. Yeah, if you are in love with your best friend, tell them. You don't have to be I'm in love with you, but you can just say I have feelings for you, I want to know how you feel, because it's better than being in the dark. You would rather know how they feel than be in the dark and constantly be wondering. Tips for flirting. Ooh, Okay, here's some things not to do. Don't be overly cocky, because at least to me, that's a major turn off. People don't really like being overly cocky. I feel like people have this idea in their head that the more that they talk about themselves to try to impress the other person, that the better it will be. But to me, honestly, like if I'm talking to someone and they are constantly talking about themselves, that pisses me off. That genuinely, that just, no. What you should do, actually, since people do love talking about themselves, if you're trying to flirt with someone and, like, you know, sort of get in there, I would ask them about themselves. Like, ask them questions, show interest, be positive, don't talk bad about other people. That's something that people do too. Like, I've talked to guys who would like bring down other guys so that I could focus my attention on them instead of another boy, and that's just, no, like, I don't like that at all. If I was trying to flirt with someone, I wouldn't like look at another girl and be like, oh my gosh, she's so ugly. Like, don't do that, don't do that. That just makes you look mean, and you don't want to look mean. You want to look like a positive and kind and nice person. So be positive. I know that it's hard to come up with things to talk about, but there are honestly endless things that you could talk about. Find common interests, talk about music, talk about TV, talk about school if you go to the same school. Normally, like, that can lead into other things, other topics. So yeah, what if guys don't want to go out with you because you're black? Girl, bye. They gotta go. You gotta go. Just abort. Oh, hell no. Hell no. I've dealt with that before, where it's like I would find an interest in a guy. Guys wouldn't want to talk to me or like be with me because I'm black. Like, girl, there have been times where I would actually like contemplate it. I'd be like, oh my gosh, maybe if I were like light skin or like white, like they would like me more. Hell to the no. Hell no. Girl, literally, if you are a black girl and a guy or anybody doesn't want to be with you because you're black, you do not have any time for that. You don't have time for that. Like, once you get the message that you're not wanted because of your skin color, get the hell out of there. Get the hell out of there quick, because nobody has time for that. Like, that's such like a waste. That's such a waste. I've had guys that were black not want to be with me because I'm black, and I'm like, you came from someone who is black. Get the hell out of my face. No one has, you genuinely do not have time for that. Make time for people who want to be with you or to want to be around you. Like she said, this person said, what if guys don't want to go out with you because you're black? You will find a guy who does. You will find a guy who wants to go out with you because you are black. Not even just because you're black, because you're funny and creative and amazing and beautiful and kind and talented and smart. You will find a guy who wants to go out with you because of that. Not just, oh, she's black, I do want to go out with her because of that, or I don't. Like, don't, ugh. You get what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying? I got mad from that because, like, I hate guys like that. I literally do. I hate guys that will, like, have to spell it out to you too. It's like, oh, I don't really date black girls, but like, no. Then you don't date me. That's all you gotta do. You gotta abort. Once you get the message, abort. My friends kind of hate the person I like. What should I do? Ooh, this is rough. If you like someone, like I was saying in the beginning, when you like someone and you have feelings for someone, it's very easy to think that everything that they do is like perfect, even if you don't even like them that much. If you are kind of catching feelings for someone, you sort of look at them in this like glorious light. They can do no wrong. That is not true. If your friends hate the person that you like, definitely figure out why. Ask them, why don't you like so-and-so? Because there has to be a reason. Maybe a reason is because they might be jealous. Like, maybe they're jealous that they don't have someone. That could be a possibility. Or it could be something about him that they don't like. So figure out why they don't like him. Because if they're your friends, they should be able to give you a genuine reason. And then on the flip side, I would think about why you like this person. Because you could be blindsided and your friends could be like trying to tell you something. Like, maybe there's something about this person that they're catching on to that you're not, or maybe they don't really have a legitimate reason and there's nothing wrong with them and it could honestly work out. So I would think about why you like them and why your friends don't like them, because it's not the best start to a relationship. Like, if you are talking to someone, like you're starting to get with someone and your friends like hate them. Is it right to deny a friend's ex even though you like him? Depending on, okay, hear me out. Depending on how close you and this friend are should determine whether you talk to the friend about it or not. If this is like a friend, like a real friend or a best friend, talk to them. There's a difference between a real friend and someone who you barely talk to, but like, you know, acquaintances. If it's an acquaintance, like, go for it. But if it's like a real friend, talk to them, explain that like you're not trying to hurt them in any way. It's just like you have feelings that you can't control. You can't control your feelings. It's totally okay if you have feelings for someone. I know it's like breaking girl code. I only think that it's like breaking girl code, like the code where it's like you're not supposed to date a friend's ex. I find that it's only breaking girl code if you just go and date them without talking to your friend first. Talk to your friend, make sure that it's a mature conversation, because if you get defensive, your friend will get defensive, and then it will not end up going well. I would sort of wait until your friend is showing signs that they're over him too, you know, so like you can sort of get in at the right time. How do you let someone down gently? Someone who likes you and keeps trying, but you don't like them at all. That's rough. That's really rough. Honestly, like letting somebody down can be just as hard as like getting your heart broken, especially like if you felt what getting your heart broken feels like, having to do that to someone else, like that would hurt too. Definitely be very respectful and be honest too. The #1 thing that I wish that people would do when letting somebody down is just being respectful and being honest. Don't lie about the reason that you don't want to be with them. You don't need to lie. Be very honest. If you are seeing somebody else or you like somebody else, tell them that. If you just don't like them and you don't want a relationship with them, tell them that respectfully. I'm very flattered. Honestly, you are a really good person, but I don't think that I'm looking for a relationship. I don't think that we would really work together. I'm sorry, like I don't think that this would work out between us. Don't lie about the reason why you don't want to be with them. Just be 100%, keep it clean, keep it honest, and keep it respectful. The feeling of being rejected, it sucks for anyone. Like if you got rejected, it would suck for you. So, you know, think to yourself the way that you would want to be let down. Let that person down that way. Have you ever stolen someone's man? No. How do I know that I'm ready for a relationship? Love you from Dominican Republic. Oh, I love you too. How do you know when you're ready for a relationship? That is all honestly up to you. Nobody can tell you when you're ready for a relationship. You can't even really tell yourself. Speaking from personal experience, like the last person that I did have feelings for, prior to them, I had no interest in dating, talking to anybody. I was not down with that. I was like, I'm going into my sophomore year of high school. Like we're not doing any of that. And then the temporal lobe in my brain was just like, bitch, you would have thought. I feel like when you have feelings for someone and you get to the point where you do want to date them and you do want to be in a relationship, that's not really something that you can control. It's never worked out when I was just like, oh, I want a boyfriend, let me just go and get one. That never works. When you're ready for a relationship, just the thought of being in a relationship with them and dating them and being their girlfriend, it will feel secure and it will feel right. Those are all the questions I'm gonna answer because I got a lot. I didn't realize how many that I got, but I finally answered them. That is it for this video. Thank you all so much for watching. I love you all very much. I can definitely make more videos, like more advice videos like these. I love themed Q&As because I'm talking about one specific topic. So yeah, thank you so much for watching my video. I love you all very much, and I will see you this Saturday with another new video. Bye!
I think that I've been dead since the start. I'm having too much inside my heart, but I don't even care no more. I'm gonna